Hi guys. Okay, so this is like my 10th take doing this because things keep happening. I have a YouTube Capture app, so I'm recording on my phone. People keep walking in, my phone keeps falling off, whatever. So I'm going to try this again. Hi! This is a shout out to Kate. She just graduated and she was in our Warhead Challenge video. And so she's going to community college. She's going to the same one I'm going to, and I wanted to do a advice for the college student video. Okay, so rule number 1: do your homework. Okay, this isn't high school anymore. You can't get by just calculating how much homework you can avoid doing, or just not do it at all, because your GPA will slip through your fingers. Okay, so colleges won't like you, and then you actually, if you don't do any homework, you're not going to know what's going on in class. A lot of times your professors will assign homework and where you're learning the material, like by reading up on it, chapters, and then they'll review it in class. So you really need to do your homework. There was one class I even took, like this past semester, where I got really high scores on the midterm and the final, but I didn't do any homework, so my grade ended up being a C. I was so mad. I was kicking myself, and so highly recommend you do that. It's not an option anymore, okay? Do your homework. Rule number 2, find out how to study according to your style. I'm a visual learner, okay? So that means I like bright colors, I like things that are big and small, I like different shapes, I like things that are visually appealing, okay? So I take I'm also detailed, so I take avid, colorful notes. If I were smart, I would have remember to take some out. You'll be able to see in my planner when I show you here in a second just kind of how detailed I am with my notes. And I'm not saying that you have to too, but that's what works for me. Flashcards are amazing. I grab a buddy or my mom and she'll quiz me. I quiz myself. Okay, so find out how to study that helps you retain things and make it fun. I have yet to write a song or take a song that I already know and change the words to fit everything that I'm studying. I know I'm a musician, so if I, make a song about it, I'm going to remember what I study. So, study, find out what works for you, make it fun. Rule number 3, take breaks, okay? You're going to have more homework than you did before. It's not necessarily going to be harder, it's just going to be more. I mean, and I know they told you when you started out that there's going to be like 3 hours of study for every 1 hour, credit hour of, class. That's bogus, okay? Everybody takes different amounts of time, okay? So, take breaks. I'd say for every 50 minutes, take 10 minutes. And don't do it on Facebook, okay? Keep saying okay, but I have no intention to edit this, so. Rule number 4, kill your internet addiction, okay? Everybody, once you get to college, and once I got to college, I learned that a lot of my friends are just kind of sick of Facebook. It's the same old crap, different flies. And all it does, there's Pinterest, there's Tumblr, there's all these social media things, and while they're fun, they're so incredibly distracting. And so, usually what I do is at the beginning of each semester, I will take 2 to 3 weeks off of social media completely, and I'll get into the groove of the semester, and then I'll ease back into my social media, and it is absolutely wonderful. It's kind of liberating, too. It's not that hard. If you replace it with something else, like people, like hanging out with people, or doing your homework or whatever, it's okay to not be on the internet all the time. So, highly recommend you kill your addiction. The best way to kill it is to starve it to death. That way you can experience the real world, and you can get your homework done. I mean, you all know this, but I'm telling you, there's a great big world out there. Birds chirping, sun shining, wind blowing, it's lovely. Rule number 5, RateMyProfessors.com is an incredible website. So what you do is while you're picking your classes, what you do is you have RateMyProfessor.com up, and you can search according to your college, and you can search according to name, and people, once they've taken the class, they will go on RateMyProfessor.com, and they will write a review on the class and how the professor was. Oh, it's wonderful. I did that for the past year, and my grades are actually even higher. I'm sure that's one of the reasons why your professor can mean the world of difference in a class. The other thing is, I highly recommend, if you don't have one already, get an Amazon.com account. Buy your books off of Amazon. They're the cheapest there, and you can sell them back. And so when you sell them back, you kind of get credit, or you get your money back on your account, and you can use it next semester. So it kind of keeps going. And the other cool thing about Amazon is, for the first 6 months, if you're a student, they give you 6 months free of Amazon Prime. It is absolutely wonderful. Use Amazon. Rule number 6, find your own spot to study. And I know I should have put this up there with find out how to study, but find a good place to study too. The environment is pretty important too. I can't study out in the lounge. I can't get homework done out in the lounge. I just can't. I have to go to the library, or I have to do it at home where there's peace and quiet. A lot of times what I do is I have an instrumental music playlist that I will listen to. I'll turn it up. I like soundtrack music, and I like, concert music, more music without sound, without sound. That's not music. Music without words, and it doesn't distract me, and I can focus a lot easier, and it's really nice. And then it helps you retain stuff too. So make a playlist, find a spot to study, and the last rule is get a planner. This thing is incredible. At the beginning of each class, you're going to get a syllabus, and it'll have due dates, usually, unless you have like a really old professor who doesn't like stuff like that, which in that case it would be a pretty easy class. You're going to get a syllabus with the due dates for the entire semester. I hope I didn't just already say that. But, so what you do is, for every class you're going to have one, and what you want is a place to put it all. Right here. That looks crazy. See how kind of detailed I am? Because February was nuts too. What I did was I scheduled each due dates, I color-coded, I scheduled when I was working, and I also scheduled, and then through the weeks, I scheduled what days I would do what homework assignments. It's incredible to plan. I didn't always follow it, but I had it right here. And it was it helped me so much to have it all in one place. So, I mean, if your phone works for you, great, but I like writing it down, and I like colors, and it's just easier. So that's my advice for you. And last thing is schedule a day to relax. So, I mean, it's biblical that, we all know about the Sabbath day and stuff, but, God gave us a day to rest, not just, to sit and, study Him and meditate with Him, but it's also because we're not made for an accelerated, stress-packed world. We need a day to recuperate, so then we can get back in the game ready to go. So, schedule a day off. I'm telling you, schedule a day off. My day was Sunday. So, I hope this helped. If you have any more questions, put them down there, and I will answer them in a video if I get any more, or if I get enough. And thanks for listening. Bye, guys.